What's up, y'all? Everyday Say here, back with another video, and today we are coming back with part 2 of the series cheating. And so today we're going to talk about what are some signs that someone might possibly be cheating. Now, let me first and foremost say this off top. There is no surefire way to know if someone's cheating. Me personally, as I've gone through life and I've dealt with cheating and all this other stuff, I've always been under the impression that what you do in the dark will come to the light. So I ain't gotta look for nothing. I ain't gotta search for nothing. I ain't gotta stalk nobody. I ain't gotta check phones. I ain't gotta do none of that stuff, because if you're doing something you ain't supposed to, eventually it's gonna come to the light. And vengeance is the Lord's. So I ain't about to sit here and stress over it. If you're cheating, I'm gonna find out about it. So there are a couple signs to someone possibly cheating, right? And a lot of these signs can be confused with someone who's simply going through a lot in their life. But one of the biggest things that tend to lead to cheating is behavior. What I mean by behavior is that this person's behavior has been consistent this entire time you've been with them. Now all of a sudden their behavior is changing. So that could look like he gets home at 5 o'clock every day. That's travel time. You know, he maybe gets off at 4:30. He's about 30 minutes away. He usually gets home at 5 o'clock. All of a sudden, he's coming home at 7 and 8. He has to stay late for work, and he's not responsive. He used to pick up when you text him. He used to pick up when you called him, but now he's not picking up the phone. He's not answering texts, and he's also getting home late. That can be a sign of someone that is possibly cheating. Now, it also could be a sign of, I don't want to be bothered with you right now. And maybe they're going through a season, but majority of the time, when it's a consistent pattern and it has changed from me being super responsive to you to now all of a sudden I'm ignoring you, I'm not giving you the time, the attention I used to, typically that means somebody else has that person's attention. Another sign could be late night texting. Always got to leave the room to have a conversation with whoever is calling him. That could be another sign of someone that's cheating. Now, it also could be a sign that, hey, what I'm texting and the person I'm talking to on the phone is very important, or the information that I'm disclosing is confidential. So I can't really have you around me when I'm trying to have this conversation with this person. But for the broad spectrum, unless you like a lawyer, you an FBI agent or something like that, like, more than likely, whatever conversation you're having, you can have it around your significant other. So if you have to leave the room on a consistent basis at certain times, especially late times at night, you got to leave the room to have these conversations with these people, there's a possibility that person could be cheating. Another sign of someone could be cheating is self-sabotaging behavior. And what I mean by that is everything you do wrong, they blow up about it. Not only do they blow up about it, but they constantly remind you that I'm sticking around only because I want to, right? So let me give you an example. I get home, my wife, my girlfriend, she ain't cooked me no food. Dang, I keep telling you, why? I told you this like 5 times, bro. I need food when I get home. I need food when I get home. And you keep not doing it. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, man, I swear, bro. Sometimes I be thinking in my head, I shouldn't even be with you. Sometimes I be thinking in my head, why am I still with you? That right there could be a sign of them cheating. And what they're really doing is they're self-sabotaging the relationship, because what they want to do, they want to end the relationship, but they're too scared to end the relationship because they found somebody new. So what they're saying is they're giving hints and they're dropping hints, and they're going to constantly, make a big deal about small things and constantly bring up the fact that I'm still with you, that I don't know why I'm with you, why I'm still here. They're going to constantly hit you with that over and over and over and over. And that's actually a form of gaslighting. But they're going to constantly hit you with that over and over and over and over again, giving you a hint, but also in reality telling you that, hey, the future that I feel with this other person is more important than the future that I have here, but I'm afraid to leave. So I'm going to keep pushing your button. I'm going to keep telling you this until you crack and you decide to leave. That is a form of manipulation. Men and women do it. I've seen women sit here and a man doesn't do nothing. He forgets to clean the dishes. He forgets to do this, and she like, oh, I don't know why I'm still with you. I could have someone better than you. I could do this and I can do that. You could do, and all it is just a manipulation tactic. It's doing like three different things. It's one, telling the truth about how you truly feel because you feel like this person you're entertaining on the other side of this person is the person that you really want to be with. Two, you're trying to push them out. And three, you're trying to break them down so they feel like they're not worthy of being with you. And so that's one of the other tactics that they tend to do. Another thing is just other behavioral things like you're sitting, they used to have their phone up. Well, their phone's down now. You used to have access to their phone. Now their phone, they changed the code on it and they don't want to allow you into their phone anymore. It used to be it was cool. Now it's not cool anymore. And then they come up with some crazy excuse as to why you cannot access their phone anymore. Texting at late nights, getting phone calls late at night, looking their phone and there's this weird number that they're constantly texting. Like it becomes, you see multiple phone calls or something and it says like Pizza Hut. Like they ain't calling Pizza Hut 15 times a day. Come on now, that ain't happening. And then the other thing is, which this kind of airs more so on the petty side of stuff. Like if you just want to be childish, you can do this. Just grab their phone and run off with it. If they come chasing after you, they chasing you down the street, they trying to break through a door to get to you, there's something on that phone that they don't want you to see. But as you know, I would say almost 95% of relationships or marriages or whatever you want to call it, when people get caught cheating, it's all because of a cell phone. Going through the text message, going through the social medias, going through the phone calls, and you got people entertaining other people, this person, that person. They're flirting with someone on Instagram. They're sliding in DMs on Facebook or they're on Instagram. They got Snapchat. They're Snapchatting somebody, and now they're a favorite on the list, and you don't know who this person is, and there's a girl or a man or whatever it may be, but majority of the time, people who get caught cheating is via a cell phone. So if you go through your guy or your woman's phone and you go in there and you see that there's 15 guys she's been talking to on Snapchat. If you go through her pictures, she got pictures in there that you ain't never seen before and she half naked. If you go through his phone and you see his meat leg in there and you like, he ain't never sent that to me. If you're going through his phone and you see him sliding in the DMs talking about, hey, what up, boo? Dang, you fine. Girl, what's up? If you go through her phone and she got stuff like, dang, daddy, you fine. She heart eyes and liking one particular guy's entire Instagram profile and all this other stuff. There's always a possibility. But on the other side of this, aside from finding the evidence and you just having your intuition and you're having these feelings and you're having these dreams about this person doing something that they're not supposed to, you have to understand like all of this can be misconstrued. All of this can be simply this person's going through something. Some people, when they're going through a hard time, they can become distant. Sometimes men, they fall off the ball of, constantly pursuing women. Sometimes they get relaxed and they tend to just kind of lean back and not pursue as heavy as they used to. And that doesn't mean there's necessarily another woman. That just means that they become comfortable and they have to become uncomfortable again, or there needs to be a conversation had. So as much as all this sounds good, this is why I tell y'all, listen, what you do in the dark will come to the light. This type of stuff will drive you crazy. In your mind, thinking that someone is cheating and you were like, I need to find the evidence. I need to find the evidence. I need to find the evidence. And you're driving yourself insane because what ends up happening is, one, you don't find anything. Sometimes you don't find anything at all, but you still believe that they cheating. And then other times you find things that aren't even that serious, but you make them serious because you're just trying to validate what you're feeling, what you're thinking, what you're dreaming. So you can find something that's very small. It could be a message that a woman sent to him that he never responded back. It could be a message that he sent to her that she never responded back to, but you're going to blow up about it because you're trying to validate what you're feeling, your intuition, and your dreams. And so that's why I tell y'all so many times, listen, unless you find evidence, whatever they are doing will come to the light. Whatever they are doing will eventually come to the light. And I understand you want to know sooner than later. But let me tell you something, trying to catch someone in a lie, especially some of these people are very sneaky, very conniving, and can hide things very, very well. You will drive yourself insane. And unfortunately, on the side of believing that he's doing something or believing she's doing, there's also a side that they could be doing nothing at all. And you could just be going crazy. And you could lose a good person thinking they're doing something that they're not. So these are some of the things that could possibly lead to them cheating as far as their behavior and their mannerisms changing. And then there's the other side where there's just hardcore evidence. You know for a fact, if you find that evidence, listen, just have the conversation. Hey, listen, I found this in your phone. I found this in your text message. I found this